Hi, I am going to make a heart today, and I'm not totally sure how it's going to turn out. I've never done this before, but in my mind, I want a big heart out of roses coming this way with the curly willow and this rose. This is the rose I'm going to use, and I want the curly willow to be on the outside, and then I'll use some of this nice jasmine here to come and loosen it up a little bit. So we'll see. You'll be with me in this journey here to make this, because there'll be some obstacles where we have to improvise a little bit. What I'd like to do instead of making the heart flat sitting up here, pretend this is my roses. I want it to sit like this way, sort of coming to the side a little bit, so it comes out over the edge. So that I'm going to be fighting with this edge, so I have to lift up my oasis higher so that I can break that edge. We'll see how that goes. Put this here in, I think. This one, and one more little end piece. And I'm just gonna shape it. I'm gonna shape it a little bit, not too much. I'm not gonna make a heart. It would be easier to do if I made a heart out of the oasis, but I'll make the shape from the roses. But the reason why I have it so high here is because now I can get the rose in this way, right? And make it come down. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Let's see. I think I need a little bit more off, but I can't take too much off because then it won't work. I put a little frog in to hold the oasis, and I'll put a stick through here because that's one of the best ways to make sure it all stays together. I could also tape it, but I don't think I have to. Okay, so I'm gonna use the curly willow and get that in like this and make a heart shape. And for anything else, I would do the curly willow first because it's hard to get the branches in when the roses are in. But I don't really know the size uh, of this heart. So it's hard for me to put the branches in first. And I have about 20 roses. So no more, no less. So I have to stay within that number, which is not always ideal. That's actually not a good way of working because you just don't know, especially the first time. But let's see where it goes. So, how big can I make this? We'll let that be the point. Yeah. I do know I need to get a branch down here. So let me put that in before I get too many roses in. Because I want to be able to tie the branches that underneath this rose. So I need one that goes down. It's that thing, it's like playing chess. You got to think ahead of the game a little bit. Yeah. And I'm just going to tie these two here together. Because that curly willow branch, I'm going to attach a lot of stuff to that. So I want to make sure it's really secure in there. Okay. So now I'm going to try to build this here up. It's a little scary that I don't know how many roses this is going to take. And I also wanted to use these flexed roses because they will at least, they'll take a lot more space than if they were just regular roses, right? I'll get the skinny ones here to do the point a little bit. There. And then I prefer not to put anything in between them. I might have to put a little bit in, but hopefully not. So I have to put them really tight. Let's see. Scares me already that I won't have enough. But let's see, hopefully. So I don't think I'll go all the way to the back because I will need too many roses. That's actually pretty good, like that. Let's see. Afraid it's too wobbly. Maybe it's okay. 2, 4, 6, 7 roses left. Can I do it? There. So now I really only have the back here that I have to fix. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have to come all the way down here because that's okay. I could do that with greens, but I have to make it look nice here so we get the feeling of that heart. 1. There. I think that's good. You see? It's hard. It should actually be lower. This is scary. It would be better if it was a little bit lower so I could see it. Okay. One thing we always have to remember when we have to do this heart is the hardest thing is to get this that little V coming in to get the shape like there, right here. You can see it like there. It's actually taking good shape now. It's good. I have 2 more roses. I'll put this here. If I had one more, I'd have one here. So this here has to go further in here so that we really keep this V coming in there. And then the last one has to go here. I want you to see it. That's a good size heart now. I think that's good. So now, I would have liked to have it a little higher here, but I can't lift the roses, I don't think. Maybe a little bit. So that it becomes a little more poofy. That's good. And now do the branches. See if I can get some in up here that I can pull down to here. Then I need to have one more here that I can attach that to. If I have this, and then this can go on here. Like that. That's good. Put this in here. So initially I just twist them around, but I have to wire them all on. They'll go all over the place. There, that gives a good shape of the heart. Let me just wire these on quickly. I use a little brown twist tie. I will put a little one add a little life into the heart. Just sort of sit like this. And that's what makes this interesting, is that the heart is obviously flat and not that like it, these loose things that we add in now, they are what really makes it interesting. I find it adds that's what makes it extra creative. See if I can find something to tie this onto. See, it doesn't have to be exactly the same in both sides. I have one coming down. I want to show you how it looks like with the branches. So the branches also come out and do the two cheeks of the heart. Okay, so now I'm actually very happy about that. I managed to cover that whole heart with the amount of roses I had. Just a little worried about that. There. So now I'm going to use a little bit of this jasmine. You see. And now, because my branches are so nicely tied together, I can just put this here in. It just sits perfect. If I need to, then I can always tie a little bit into, do a twist tie, but I don't think I need to. It just sits so nice. Beautiful green. Couple more. it's fun making these things. I'll never get tired of this. These are the things that we sometimes forget to take time to when we're in the stores, but I can do it with you. Look at that. I think I need one more just coming down here in the front. I have to fold the leaves, the petals back when I go in there. Oh, it's not that long, but let me just see. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like, look how this look here. Let me take it to the front. You see how you can easily see that back part, how it goes up. It's hard to show this on camera because of the shape of it, but it does really look like a heart. So now I just have to finish the back a little bit. So what I'm going to do is to use a little bit of this pistachio, which sort of looks a little bit like this. And I want to use some of that initially. I don't want to cut too much jasmine. Also, if you had to sell that, that would be probably a little on the pricey side to fill this up with jasmine. But if I put these here in my base, and then I put the jasmine in after. A couple of little pieces of jasmine like this, just so that it definitely look like we finished it all with jasmine. Perfect. At the end here, I can do a little fine tuning and make sure that I'm actually happy with how it looks. But I think this looks really interesting. Like, look at that heart. I'm just gonna hold it, make sure it doesn't fall off when I tip it. You can see the whole heart like that. Fun piece to make. It has to go. It has to go obviously on a. Well, it could be on a table. But really nice thing to make for a friend or something. You would have to be very creative, or somebody would have, if you had to deliver this. It looks nice from the side too. I am going to put a little bit of jasmine, just tuck it in where I can see the oasis, because I don't mind that you can see that it's green. I just have to make sure that the oasis is not higher, that I can't see any in from the side. Fine. But this is a fun thing to try if you ever want to do something special for Valentine, or even if you want to just play with it one day when you have too many roses and want to do this here. How nice to do something like this here and put in a bar for a wedding or something. Then you might have to tip it even more or make it lower. I actually also thought about this could be very nice to do on a cake plate and then make it flat, like make it literally flat. And then especially if you put it on a buffet or something where you look down in it, or on a coffee table where you really look down, that then it's a good idea to do it on a cake plate that has a lip, and then you can also water it. And that's why I wanted to use this container that was not this flat, so that we can keep watering this. But have fun with this.